Greetings everyone and welcome to a TRLE called The English Countryside by Bigfoot. Today I'm just doing a smaller TRLE. It's only one level long, there's not really any bad guys in it, but it's so well crafted and so well put together with some really interesting little puzzles that I just had to share it with you all. So I really hope you enjoy it and let's get started. Okay, so we're somewhere in England. The story on TRLE.net says that we are basically in one of Lara's many mansions and we are in search of the Holy Grail. So there's some little fishies in a little pool here in the music room. And they'll just swim around you, which is quite cool. We have still got our guns and everything. And I really like Lara's outfit in this one. I think they've done that quite well. I'll try and give you a better view. She's even wearing earrings. Okay, so we've got the music room with lots of Lara's discarded books. She's really not fussy about how she looks after her books. We've got Lara's bed, a picture of Lara over there, and we have a little shower room. Now the first thing we want to do is come into this little shower room. Head into the shower and pick up the laser sight. Don't know quite why Lara's keeping artillery in the bathroom, but there we go. There's nothing in the bath, as you can see, just a little bit of water to splash around in. Now if we go over to this corner, as you've probably seen, there's nothing really else to do in here and there's no levers hidden about. But if we go into this corner, you'll see that there is actually a discovered block right here. This took me absolutely ages the first time I played this to find this thing. I was literally here for about half an hour before I noticed the colour was slightly different. It's so well blended. So we push this twice, look to our left, and there is a lever. And that opens the door that was blocking our path. But before we go running off there, if we just duck and roll, you'll notice she'll keep running into the wall ahead of her. This means that there's another pushable block, so we'll go ahead and push this one as well. All the way to the end until it won't go any further, which should be about 3 pushes. Yeah, 3 pushes. And there's a little tile here which is slightly different with a gem on it. So go ahead and grab that. Now there is one other little pickup before we go ahead and leave this room. We're stuck in the bed, and that's here in amongst these books, which is the little med pack. So if we go into this pink corridor now, you'll notice we can go left and right. I said that the wrong way around, but never mind. And but on the right hand side the door is closed, so if we head on to the left, we'll come into a swimming pool room. Now, the first thing I saw when I come in here was the speakers, and I was like, excellent, let's hear some cool Tomb Raider music. Unfortunately, they've not got the option to press the button. So, the first thing we're going to do in this room, or the only thing we can do in this room, is dive straight into the water. And you'll notice that right here, you can actually swim into the floor. So go ahead and follow this tunnel up the top here, climb on out, and this room is pretty self-explanatory really. There's a bookcase which, as you can see glitching around the edges, is actually a door, but there's no switch and it doesn't open when you run at it. That's because the switch is actually really well hidden right behind this flower pot. So if you come in here and don't know what you're doing, I won't blame you, it is quite tricky to see. So we'll come into another room and see the bathroom over there, so we'll go ahead into the bathroom. There's nothing in this shower, but there is something in this bath, which is the revolver. So Lara not only keeps her weapons in the bathroom, she keeps them in separate bathrooms to deter thieves. Now, another door there, but again quite well hidden with the shrubbery. there is a little up crawl space here. So go ahead and crawl into this. Some pretty hefty decorating going on in this manor, I must admit, with the blues and the pinks. A little bit psychedelic, but there we go. This is obviously where Richard Croft entertained his slightly more peculiar friends. Now you might think you've reached a dead end, but if you look up, there's actually a jump switch here, so just go ahead and jump and grab that, and that opens that door that we can get into. So now we just need to make our way back out to that door. Okay, now that we're out, we'll try and avoid the bed. Now don't just drop straight down here, you do want to sort of lower yourself a little bit with the ladder. Health isn't really an issue in this TRLE, but you know, better safe than sorry. You may as well conserve it if you can. Okay, now in here we can just carry on running straight through to the next room, but as we are here and we have the revolver and the laser sight, we'll go ahead and combine that. And if you look up above the fireplace, you'll notice that you can shoot the gem out of the lion's mouth. So we'll do that and head on up this ladder. You can do that a bit later in the level, but you may as well do it now so you don't forget. There is some really interesting, I shall say, music in this level, including Rayman's end of level jig. However, I have got the music turned down because this is going on YouTube and I don't want to have any issues with copyright with regards to music. If you do play this, I do recommend you play it with the music on, because it is some of the music is quite funny and it does add to the effect of the level quite a bit. So we came out onto the balcony above the room we were just in, and we found another ladder. So we jump off there and dive straight into this pool. Now if you look down, I thought this was really quite cool. It is a glass bottom pool that looks into the room you were just in. Now I'm not sure about you, but I wouldn't like to live in a house which had several tons of gallons of water above my head. That would freak me out a bit. I don't know about you, but there we go, each their own. Now pick this up in the corner, jump on out this pool, and I'll just show you what it was I picked up. I picked up an artifact. You'll recognise it from Tomb Raider 4. It's been used in the library levels, I think it was. Okay, so we've got what we need for now. We'll head on out. You can actually run off that ledge and just press control and she will actually grab the ladder. Now I'm going to be a bit naughty here and forsake what I said about life and jump off the balcony. Now as far as I'm aware in this level there aren't any secrets, but I don't think that actually diminishes this little level at all, because the actual things, the items you need in this level and the lever switches and stuff are so well concealed. I think you spend a good long time trying to figure out where things are anyway, which is I call it a little level. It is pretty much, it's just basically like an intro level to Tomb Raider, I would say, about that sort of length, but it's just really well done and I quite enjoy it. Okay, now although we've not actually pulled the lever to open this door is open now that we've picked that artifact up, so we can now go up a really steep corridor. And you'll see straight away where the artifact goes. But we just come into the kitchen first, and we're going to claim a med pack, large med pack, and over here is some more revolver ammo. Now I can get through this whole level just using the revolver without running out of ammo, and I can also get through it without using the medpack at all. It's fairly straightforward with regards to life. Now place your artifact in the cubbyhole and let's get that revolver out. Because we're in England, but we have wild boar. For those of you who don't live in England, we do have some wild boar that has recently been reintroduced, but we don't have them quite all over the country yet. Now under this gazebo by the bench are some flares, and you probably noticed this gate here and thought, oh fantastic, I've got one of these blue gems. That is just it, you only have one blue gem thus far. So we need to collect another one of them. But before we go anywhere, the best hid item of this whole level is, no, it's not the medpack, although that is quite well concealed, is if we come up onto this tile and stand right here and crouch, Lara's head disappears. That's because you can actually crawl through the foliage to claim your crowbar, which we're going to need in just a second. I thought that was fantastically well hidden and bordering on to the point of being ridiculously mean, but it took me absolutely ages to find that. I ended up having to run around the whole complex with flares lit to see if I could see it. So now that we have that, we're going to not crouch, we're going to sprint and head back all the way we came, back up the ladders, back up through the swimming pools, because they've put that crowbar as far away as possible from the objects we need to claim it with. So we'll head on back. While we are going through the motions of that, I will just comment on a comment I had on my Tomb Raider Hand of Rathmore the Caves video. I do apologise, I believe Crazy Boy pointed out to me that you couldn't really hear my audio over the sound of Lara's guns blazing, so I will re-record that for you shortly so that the volume of the guns and the background music is turned down. I try not to turn the background music down generally with my Tomb Raider games, because I know a lot of people, especially with Tomb Raider 2, the Venice levels, they like the music in that. So if ever you do have a comment regards to how I film my videos, please do feel free to share. And as I say, for Crazy Boy, I will be getting that Hand of Rathmore's level 1 recorded for you shortly, and level 2 will also be coming out very shortly as well. I just need to practice a few more jumps on that because it is a bit of a death trap. Okay, so we'll dive straight back in this pool again, and you probably noticed earlier that there's this little passageway right here. Now before I get out, I am just going to save it. Now the reason I've saved it is I noticed a bug, but once you pull out into this treasure room and claim this star, sometimes she won't get straight back out of the pool and you have to reload. Now it's not a serious bug or anything, but I would just save there just to help. I think it's mainly because the floor is a see-through floor of this glass pool, and it does make it a little bit glitchy. I've also noticed, yeah, like now she's not getting out. She sometimes will get out on other parts of the pool instead, but if you encounter that, don't worry about it, you just need to basically reload the game. Okay, so we've got our star again. Let's see if she'll climb out of the pool first time this time. There we go. So simple as that, just save and reload. I don't know why it does that. As I say, I think it's probably the glass bottom. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm running over to the empty fireplace. Well, if we look in our inventory, we have one golden star and one blue gem. We know we need another blue gem. We've not seen a key shaped like a star yet. So if we go over here, we have another very deceptive texturing. The only way to figure this out by my eye is the fact that it is actually 4 little squares opposed to 1 big one. Now again, pushable block, push it 3 times. Oh, beg your pardon, 4 times. And this will reveal another blue gem. And right when you're thinking, right, I'll run around and go put that blue gem in, if you look closely, you'll notice this tile is also 4 little tiles, which indicates another movable block. So it's very, very sneaky, really. So push this one all the way to the end. And find a little green tile. And get another star. This of course is why you needed your crowbar in the first place. Okay, now the unfortunate thing is it does mean we have to run all the way back round again. But I kind of like these backtracking levels, other than the fact that when you're recording it seems like you've got basically dead air. I think they're quite cleverly done. Oops, fell down there, never mind. That's what I mean, even if you fall pretty much constantly, you're not going to die very easily in this level. As I'm illustrating very, very well at the moment. But I do like how they have decorated this level. I like that they've put some very well-known Lara Croft pictures in and around. I think that's very, very cleverly done. They've obviously had a lot of fun with the WOD merger and texture editor with Tomb Raider level edit. But it's very, very well done. Okay, well we're nearly there. Carry on up this pink corridor. Oh, and I'm crouching again. I need to sprint. I need to learn which my buttons are. Now, as you can probably see as I'm putting these gems in, there's something blue behind this gate. You'll all be pleased to know that that's a motorcycle. That gate's going to go up, but we'll notice that there's a few more wild boar here, so we'll take them out with our revolver. Revolver actually works quite well with these guys. Now, we've got our bike, but we don't actually want to hop on it yet. What we want to do is head through here. Now, if we watch really, really carefully when I step forward, you'll see another wild boar come out of the wall. Now that is actually an indicator that we can run through here. So we've got another sneaky bit of foliage that we can run through to claim a 3rd star. Now if we carry on down this little mazy tunnel bit and come to a lever and a door, pull the lever, head on through here. I don't know why this pulls here. It doesn't seem to have any effect whatsoever other than the fact that it's decorative and is going to cause a bit of an obstacle for the motorcycle in a moment. Now we've got another panel which is obviously a door, so we'll go ahead and put 2 of our stars in to open that. Okay, so that door's open, but we try to run up here and oh no, bit too steep for us. So we'll go ahead and claim that motorcycle And hopefully now we should be able to get up that ramp. And just go careful through here. You can go through the sofa, which is fortunate. You don't want to fall in that water. Some crazy architecture. Okay, now if we hop off the motorbike, we have our goal right there. There's the Holy Grail. But just so you know, you can shoot these daisies, but there is nothing in them, so you don't really need to worry about it. But I like smashing things. Okay, so we claim our Holy Grail. I'll show you, look, it is the Holy Grail. It is the Cup of Christ in Croft Manor. And put our third little star in here. And go ahead and slide down this ramp. Now you'd think the level cuts out here, but no, they give you Rayman's little theme song here if you have the sound turned up, and then all you want to do is run towards your horse. And that is the end of the English countryside. Thanks very much for watching. I'm Lady Labyrinth, and I'll see you next time. Take care.